Alright, I'm just getting ready for feeding. For most of the corals, zoas. Just got some frozen shrimp cubes. All I do is I put the cube in a little bit of tank water, shake it around, let it thaw out. But while we're waiting on that to thaw out, I've got a little scallop back here in the corner. Bring you guys over here. I know it's a little dirty down there. Parts of the rock I can't really get to that easily. So you'll just watch right down here, that you'll be able to see when I come through from the other side, the feeding. Now this is just DT's premium reef blend, phytoplankton. I got from the local guys down the street. Here I've got you guys right there in front of my zoas. Some paleothoas in there. You can see my Haitian purple tip anemone in the background. Going to get the rest of the shrimp thawed out, and we'll target feed those zoas. And here in a minute, after we get done feeding them, I'll just dump some of these. See it there, Sustainable Aquatics pellets. That'll get the rest of the fish out. You'll see some of the fish, and I'll go over some of them when they come out. There's not really a whole lot in here right now. Everything originally was in a 72-gallon bow front that's in our living room right now. Yeah, the center brace broke on it, so I cut it out and made two 3-inch wide braces out of a 1/8-inch acrylic, and used some epoxy and held that in there. And I've got it in the living room with water in it, making sure it's going to hold. So yeah, we're about to move, so you won't see it set up until after we move and get everything settled back in. So there'll be a change of scenery a little bit later, hopefully within the next month or two. See this shrimp down here. Now I've got some shrimp that's left over. There's always leftovers, so the wrasse will come out. He gets all crazy, chases all the shrimp down. But we've got our green star polyp, and we bought it. It's one of the first corals we bought. We bought it on a frag about the size of a $50 coin, and it's quickly taken over the top of this rock that it's on here. So it's only taken maybe probably 6 months. I started out with some T8 lights, just 2 of them, on a $10 Walmart Lights of America, just cheap light fixture. But I put some decent bulbs in it from one of the local stores, and everything took to them pretty well. And then here recently I come across a friend of mine in probably half hour, 45 minutes away, had this 4 bulb T5 fixture that needed ballasts, so I ordered 2 ballasts offline. Took me probably half an hour one night to put ballast in it and put all the wires back where they got, and that's what I've got on this tank now. Offhand, I don't know the exact bulbs. Let's see. There's 2 actinics, and then one is a Geisman, and there's like an aqua blue special or something in there. This part here we'll just be going over some of the corals and some of the fish that are in here. This part will be a little more shaky. I've got in a little handheld flexible tripod I just got off Amazon. This is actually what I was going to use to start doing videos, but we were at a St. Vincent de Paul, I think, yesterday, and I found a tripod in there for a whole $4, so that's what I used in the first segment. But right here again we'll see that green star polyp. And so here's a rock back here I got a while back from a store called Aquatica, and it's a Bone Green or Louisville, I think. A guy named Paul runs it. Super cool guy. Old school laid back guy. There's I don't know if you'll be able to see all of them, but I think I counted there's like 3 different kinds or 3 different colors of zoas on that one rock there. Let's see, there's a pulsing xenia. It's one of my favorites. We got it from the local guy down the street, their fish doctor. If you watch any of Pelfrey's videos, he's from the same. We're from the same town. We're both local guys. He goes to that store. In one of his videos, he goes down there and gives you a little tour of it. But we bought this down there for super cheap. It's about half the size it is now. Where's one of my little damsels? There's another look. That Haitian. Said we've only had it for a few days, so we got it in Evansville. It's another 45-minute trip or so out of town. So we just got it in there the other night. There's another shot of the zoas, paleozoas. So you can see our little goby down here by the little bubble coral we got. It's not doing as well as I'd like it to do. It's being a little stubborn since I've had to move tanks. It's been hard to get it acclimated to this tank, figure out where it wants to be. You know, I've got different lighting on this tank than I had on the previous tank. So I'm still trying to get everything situated and figure out where they all want to be. So I'm sure you've seen some of the fish. Let me get some food in here. See if I can get some more of them to come out. They've not been fed today. It's only still pretty early in the morning. Let's see. Let's see who all's going to come out. There's the wrasse up there. I'm trying to make a mess. See another one of the, just the blue damsels. Two of the blue damsels, and there's that one larger. I say that one, that electric blue one, when I broke down the 72-gallon tank and moved everything in here, that electric blue one was actually still in that 72-gallon tank for, I think, about 3 days, with no food, no lights, no heater, no water movement, probably only an inch and a half of water. And then we come back in there later and heard some splashing around, and I dug around in there and found him still in there. So I brought that fish back in here, acclimated him for maybe 45 minutes. There's that coral beauty. We just got it. We got it the other night, same night as we got the anemone. It's definitely a hider. It's a good looking fish. It's not a very outgoing fish. It's probably still getting used to the tank. Hey, this is only a 55. There's not as much room in here as I'd like for them to have. But it's what I had handy, and it worked. I'm sure you can see the size of the tank and the back are getting a wall of algae on them. I figured I'd leave the back here and this side pretty well covered, and I like to keep the front of it and the left side here facing the door as clean as I can. But you see there's rocks, you know, rocks touching the glass, so I'm not going to be able to get everywhere spotless. But that's about all there is for that tank. You can see I've started to build a canopy. Not been able to finish it yet. I've been focused on other stuff, getting things cleaned up, ready to move. It's just the framework I've got for it. You see that quad T5 fixture I've got on it. I've just got, the guy I got it from had little eye hooks he put in it. Or just like little eyelets up there, and then I measured out and put the hooks in the top in the center of that piece there and hung it there, and it's worked out pretty well there. You can see it's a completely open tank, no lids or anything. It does evaporate kind of quick, but that makes sure it keeps me on top of my water changes. It's not a huge tank. I don't do huge water change. Just 5 or 6 gallons a week. Keeps everything in check. It's not a huge bio load tank. There's not a whole lot of stuff in it. So nothing spikes out too crazy that, you know, real fast. Let's see if I can get you focused back in. See, there's the 55 sits at the foot of our bed in our bedroom. Here's the old mistreated, abused tank, I guess. It's not really abused. It's what I used to keep our sick fish in, trying to get them straightened out. You can see it's empty. I don't have any more trouble with fish. There's just a little hang on the back filter on it. There's a Fluval PS1 on the side and a little bitty circulation pump over there just to keep a little more flow in there. So I don't have the pump or the skimmer on. All that's in here, see if I can get it. You can see there's a snail back there from the cleanup crew. There's a few snails and crabs and stuff in there. And then on the glass, you can see, I don't know if I can get it focused on them or not. Let's see here. You can kind of see them. Those are all copepods and amphipods. There's some really big ones in there. You know, while I'm looking for them, I'll never find them. So it's pretty much, I'm just using this tank for an amphipod farm, really. I've got a sump I'm building for the bigger tank. And when I get it done, we move. Some of these rocks will go in the refugium in the sump, and it's a 20-gallon long. I've got it under the 72-gallon. It's in the stand in the living room. And we move. I'll get it all sorted out and get those rocks put in there, and we'll get it going. Get some ketomorph offline somewhere. See the lighting on it. Wipe the dust off here. See there. 55 by 3 watts a piece. I've looked them up on Amazon. I got this when they were still probably $80. I can't find them anywhere now for any cheaper than $100 or $120, something like that now. It's a really good light. Let me go back up. You can see it's got, you can dim and change the intensity of the blue lights. Then it has a separate switch for your full spectrum. So throughout the day, when I had coral in there, throughout the day I'd turn it up, get it about 75% power, and then as the day went on, I'd tune it back down, ramp it back down. I'm sure you can hear them. There's fans on the top of it. They're preset. You can't adjust them. So you turn the lights up about 50%. The fans kick on 1 speed, and then it's like once you hit them on 75% or something, they kick on to a second higher speed. And then, you know, the fans will go back down later on through the day as I turn the lights down. That's that empty one. So there's my $4 Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul tripod. 55 over there, the mixed 55. And then all this is ran off of right now. Light on in here. Is just a API Philstar M. It's they're medium. I found them in line at PetSmart right now. It's like $130 there. Pet Solutions has them online right now for like $110 or something. Really good filter. It's got 2 trays in it. All I have in it right now though is just 2 different coarsenesses of sponge. And it's just a physical filter. All the other filtration is done, you know, through the rock and the sand that's in the tank, and then the invertebrates that are in there, you know, they sift through the sand and all that. And then the other side, you can see there I got a timer that I just use for a basic on-off switch for my power head in case the anemone gets too close to it. And then all my plugs are hung up there. It's kind of a mess. I hadn't had time to come in here and go through this, clean it up or anything. But zooplankton, that's good stuff. I like it. You can see all I use for my salinity, just a hydrometer. I plan on getting a better one soon, a refractometer. But that's all I've got right now. You know, keep some dechlorinator, some emergency, you know, Melifix for small stuff, and a saltwater test kit down there. But that's all that runs this tank. Super simple, but it works. You guys have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. You know, I'll reply back or answer them in another video.